At least I hope so. It might not be good. I'm trying to make it good. I'm trying my best, but I might be a little biased towards myself. I might not be as good at writing as I think I am. But we'll just have to see, I guess, won't we? Yeah. I'm having a blast writing this thing. I'm having a lot of fun. Majority of it is meant to be grounded in realism, but obviously the whole thing isn't going to be based in realism. Come Act 3, you get hit with a curveball. This stuff ain't realistic no more, is it? And I blend it in so seamlessly that it just works. It's just, at least to me, it feels like it works. It might not work for everyone, you know? For all I know, I'm writing a crapshoot, and this ends up being the worst thing ever written to be ever made. And, you know, not only does nobody talk about it, and not only does people say, like, this is the worst thing ever written, but it's so bad that even those people don't read it. Like, that is kind of my biggest fear, and that's very plausible. That could happen. Do I think it's going to? No. Could it happen? Yes, 100%. Is it going to happen? I don't know. I don't have the answers for that. Wish I did. Kind of wish I didn't. But either way, I'm going to try and make this as fun to read as possible, because I hate reading books. I can't read books, especially when it's a slow, gradual thing. There were some books I read when I was a little kid, and that's it. And I think there was only one that I actually read all the way throughout. There were case studies that I read that I found a little fascinating. And, yeah. I don't know where I was going with that. I'm tending to talk a lot. I look very scruffy right now. I look like I'm homeless. I just got out of work, so we'll see where I'm, you know, that's why I kind of look like this right now. But, yeah. I don't know. I'm having fun with this. I love what I'm creating with this, and hopefully I can make something that, you know, becomes a huge success. If it does become a huge success, that is huge to me, of course. I'm going to love that, but I don't even care about the success as much as I do as, like, one person, 2 people, 5 people just reading my book. And the more people that read it, the happier I'm going to be, because every single person that reads it, it's not numbers, man. It's not numbers. It's a whole human being that's looking into my book. They're seeing my mind, what I'm able to come up with. Even if they skim through it, they see some of it, some of what I'm able to come up with, and I'm happy with that. And I know that they're going to be satisfied. I know they're going to read through it and they're going to be like, wow, this is really cool. This is really different, and I'm really liking it. What I'm not liking is that my hair isn't settling right now, and I'm just looking more homeless by the minute, and I'm trying to fix that. But the more I try to fix it, the worse it gets. And that's going to be like a specific character trying to make things better in Act 3, and the more he tries to make things better, the worse it gets. Symbolic, right? Haha, not really. Anyways, continuing on, my dream in this, my biggest dream, my biggest accomplishment is for one person to read the book all the way throughout and just give their feedback on it. If they didn't like it, I would love to hear that. If they hated it, I would love to hear that. And I mean that. Like, if I'm able to hear and see and read a person's reactions, I'd be so happy, man. I've never been able to really be myself. Like, I don't know. I know it's taking a whole different route, and now I'm kind of venting, right? Ranting about myself, rambling about myself. There's a character in here who displays kind of how I am on the outside. And I feel a majority of my life I've always been, you know, misunderstood. And, you know, my personality has never been able to really shine. The only time my personality has ever been able to shine is online, through video games and through talking online to people. But, you know, people don't know the real me. Like, this personality that you are seeing right now, 99.9% of the people that I have ever met in my life does not know this side of me, has never seen this side of me. I'm an anxious person, a very anxious person. And that anxiety it literally makes my face come off creepy. Like, I don't know how to explain it to you, but I will look creepy in real life because of how anxious I am. And it's just not me. It's not the real me. I won't be able to speak fluently. I don't know. I'm able to make my voice deep now, which is kind of cool, I guess. But it's just, I feel like sometimes it sounds forced, and it just adds to the creepiness, and I hate it. I really hate it, because look at me right now. I'm not creepy at all. I'm myself. I am very thoughtful. I'm very fast spoken, and I'm very passionate while I'm speaking. I'm someone that's able to kind of like grasp and hook you in as I'm talking. It feels like, yo, I kind of like what this guy's saying. It's entertaining. Let me keep listening to him. I'm not able to be that way in person. I'm not, unless I'm really close to somebody. And this is a problem I've always had with me. And this book, a character in this book is able to, explain that to people. It's able for me to kind of show people like, hey, man, some people who are like this aren't really like this. And some people are, and it's hard to really differentiate. But to make assumptions about a whole person's personality because of how they are on the outside is just not the case. I feel a lot of people never really gave me the chance with things. And I feel a lot of people have or tried to, and a lot of people are nice to me. But there's just so many opportunities I missed out on because people thought I was either too nice, not fun enough for other things. And I don't know. It's really a twist. There are times where people have thought I was a really bad person. And ironically, in that scenarios, some people actually gravitated to me, which doesn't make much sense, but I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's not about being a bad person. It's about other things. I kind of understand those things, but it's just not. It's also not me. And I just wish people would see this side of me. And I wish I could be this way 24/7, every day of my life. I think that if I was able to, without talking this much, but be able to present, this little bit of fun personality, I think it's fun. I'd be very happy in my own life, in my own shoes. Or the other sides of my personality, which are also still me. Instead, 99% of what people see is the anxious side of me, and it's very devastating. And there's problems people go through which are way worse than that. I have an amazing life. I'm grateful for everything in my life. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying my life is so terrible. Listen to me tell you how bad my life is. There are people whose lives, probably majority of people, have it off worse than I do. And I'm very grateful for the things I do have. I'm very grateful that this personality even exists inside of me. I just wish I was able to show it to the world. And if that makes me a bad person, then I don't know what to say to you. We just disagree on opinions, I guess. More so, I wish that everyone in the world was able to be them true selves. That's something I've always wanted. Like, I wish the world could just pull the mask off of anxiety and just be who they are. Just like me, just like what I want. And I don't know, maybe one day we'll get there. Or, because not everybody's good. So I should say, I wish everyone could be the best, good version of themselves, is what I should say. And I've had that opinion since I was 19, man. I've never spoken about it, never posted about it, anything. And I don't know, maybe I'm able to educate some people through this stuff, but maybe not. Maybe I don't, phrase myself all the way correctly, all the time. I wish I could show you an example of what the nervous version of me looks like. Maybe I will one day, but I'm going to be embarrassed to post it. Like, I don't even want to post that. I'm just so ashamed of it because it's not me. It's not. It's an external version of me who's anxious, who comes off a certain way because of that anxiety. And it's held me back quite a bit in my life, but thank you to whoever's watching this video. And my book ever does get released, and if you read it, You shoot me an email, something, communicate, and I will be very grateful to read it. And I will read it.